Hello, and welcome back to the Spoilercast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello!
Hello! And today we're talking about, something that was really anticipated, but as the closer we got to now, really, felt like it was kind of disappearing a little bit. So
took too long to get to the screen or something. I don't know.
I think so. So now, we're in a precarious situation. But I guess we have to talk about Joker, Folie, Deux.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's the sequel to the 2019 Oscar-winning dark drama Joker.
I forgot that won an Oscar.
Was nominated for a bunch of Oscars. Was not nominated for Best Picture.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. Which, you know.
But it was Phoenix who won, right?
Yes, and deservedly so, I would say.
Sure. Yes.
It's really
definitely.
good in that role. And once again, this movie is starring. I almost call him Jacqueline. What's his name? Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, but also, of course, Lady Gaga. Brendan Gleeson, I don't know, some other people, but I guess mostly them. Catherine Keener.
Yeah.
It's the story of Arthur Fleck, now institutionalized because of his crimes in the first movie, and him awaiting trial, kind of being, the high he had from the end of the last one is kind of dissipated, so he's back to his old depressed, mentally unstable self.
Yeah. Back to being Arthur.
Yes. Until he meets a lady who, seems to appreciate him for who he really is,
Yeah. In a way.
To bring out the Joker in him.
Yeah.
That's Lady Gaga's character. And hilarity ensues.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah. So, as we always do, what did you think of Joker, Folie, Deux?
As a sequel, I didn't like it.
Okay.
As a movie, it was fine.
Yeah.
There's definitely parts of it that are amazing, like the cinematography and the acting for most parts. Like, visually, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And a lot of it is good, but when it comes to like the story and what it's actually about, I'm not sure it hit the same mark.
No.
Especially not if you're comparing it to the prequel, which is unfortunately a thing you do with sequels.
Yes.
But even on its own, it's not really hitting what it's supposed to do, I think. Not really.
No, I agree.
So it's a little bit of, it's good, but it's not as good as I wanted it to be.
Would you call it a mixed bag?
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
To put it in short terms. What did you think?
I, like you, I like parts of it. I like a lot of it, but there are some definite problems. Which may or may not, after having thought about it, because we saw it yesterday, might be intentional.
Yeah, I know. I realized some of that too.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm wondering if Todd Phillips, who directed and wrote the last one, and directed and wrote this one, together with Scott Silver, I'm wondering if he's had maybe not a change of heart from, his comments during the press tour for the last one, but maybe, realized that what he was going for in the first one got kind of, the message got kind of lost in the shuffle of everything, of where the world was at the point. So this one he's like trying to undo it almost.
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
It could also be a little bit of a jab against the people who made him make a sequel.
That too. Yeah, so there is a lot I like about it. I usually don't like musicals.
No.
But I liked the musical
aspects. or insertions.
sequences in this one, which is kind of funny because I saw a lot of people online saying, "Oh, the musical numbers are the worst in this," and I'm like, maybe that's why I like it, because I don't like musicals. This is like an anti-musical.
Some people, oh god, my eyes actually. Some people said the musical scenes kind of felt cut in between to like distract, almost like commercials. Which I'm not sure I agree. They did have a point.
I think they're very. It's very obvious why they're there.
Yeah,
it's him dreaming. It's him. It's him. It's what's going on in his brain. Really, we get a very like we get to actually see what's going on in his head.
Yeah. That's the way he sees the world at the moment.
Yeah, and that's why they become very animated the further we go into it, and then they kind of lose. Towards the end, they're back to just being him standing in a room singing, without any fanfare or anything. That works. Where this movie falls, because I agree with you. I think he's good. Maybe not as good as in the first movie, but he's good. Joaquin Phoenix, that is.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga is good. I think she's really good sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The cinematography is good. The music is good. Once again, what was her name? Gudnadottir, whatever her name is. Jonna something.
The music? I don't know.
Yeah, all of that, just like the last time, it's good but not as good. This is like how sequels... Hildur, right, sorry. This is how sequels used to be. There was the law of diminishing returns. Like, it's not going to be as good. It's going to be more expensive. It's going to be a bigger thing. We have musical numbers and more stars, but it's not going to be as good because you had that
the soul.
Exactly, because you had that. The first one, it was not perfect, but it was perfect, and now you're ruining it because you're trying to recreate that magic. Yeah.
You water it down. With adding more stuff. Basically.
Yeah, and. This, on a story level, on a plot level, does not really add anything to Arthur as a character.
No.
It's sort of like, it's almost like closing a loop. He's going back to where he was, and at the end you're just like, oh, okay, what was the point really? On a thematic level... On a story level, there's stuff going on, but I'm not sure it's the best thing to do with this kind of story or this.
Someone said, I don't remember who. I watched a few videos just to like get what other people thought about it. Someone said it felt like a epilogue that could have been just 30 minutes long, added to the first movie.
Sure, yeah,
kind of. Like, a little bit.
Yeah.
But then we would have cut out, like, the entirety of Lady Gaga, obviously. Like, she didn't need to be there if it was just an epilogue.
Yeah. No,
she was good, again, but I think she needed more to be able to actually express herself properly. Because she mainly did it through song or very short dialogue.
I don't know what more we could get out of her character.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
It just felt like either you put her in more or you don't put her in at all.
But why would you put her in more? What would she do? What could you add?
Not sure, which is why I don't write movies.
But why do you think you needed more?
No, I just feel like this amount was a weird amount. Either put more or just do less or nothing. They could have redacted her as well. We didn't need her, really.
But then there would be no driving force in the movie. She
could be the Joker being the driving.
But what would it be that that's the thing with this movie. It's essentially a love story. Because, like we said, Arthur, this is not spoilers. It's the very beginning of the movie. It's before everything gets started. Like we said, he's back to being, depressed, very introverted, like shut into his body, so to speak.
Yeah.
He's not the Joker anymore. But then he meets Lady Gaga's character, Lee. Harleen Quinzel. Yeah, I mean, it's her. Everyone knows that.
Obviously.
And like in the trailer, you see she kind of like she's like one of those people in the end of the last one, and in this movie, they're like, yeah, Joker, he shook up the establishment. He is the voice of the people. Blah blah blah. But but in a more intimate...
She's a fangirl.
Yeah, she's a fangirl, or she's someone who truly believes in his cause, so to speak. Even though he didn't really have a cause, but all he really sees is, oh, she likes me for who I am.
Yeah.
So he falls in love with her. Without that, we needed that catalyst to get the movie going. Like it couldn't just come out of nowhere. Like, no, now I am gonna be happy. I'm gonna be Joker again. Like, but why? Because of the trial?
Yeah, maybe.
But he didn't care.
You had the trial, you had interviews and stuff. Maybe that could have brought out that again. I don't know.
No, that wouldn't work.
I guess not.
Yeah. You needed the catalyst. You needed a catalyst. And that was Harleen Quinzel.
I mean, I really liked her character, but I felt like there wasn't enough to her then.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not saying she was very like expertly written or anything, but plot-wise, like you couldn't do much more with her character without seriously extending the film and like going into why she's doing the things she's doing. But that's not the point.
No, the risk is that that's the next movie.
There's not going to be another movie.
Thank God for that.
That I mean, you can kind of guess because what they're going to do a Harley. What the fuck is her name? Harley Quinn movie? Like no.
Hope not.
No, because then no, because in the Joker movies, Arthur that's the character. There is no one else. It's not about anyone else. Everyone else is just side players.
I'm just thinking about because of what happens in the end.
No. That would be sure. Todd Phillips might not be the greatest author of all time, but judging from the movies he's made, and this one and Joker, he's not even that dumb.
No, this movie shouldn't have been made though. So
no, it wouldn't have been. But we'll get into why I think it exists later when we get into spoilers. But sure. I mean, this was a bit of a cash grab, but at least they try to do something. To do a Harley, what the fuck is her name? Harley Quinn. Yeah, but it's not. I don't want to say Harley Quinn. It's Harley Quinn. It's two names. Whatever. That would be the dumbest thing ever. It would be the most shallow, pointless. It would just turn into other comic book movies, which they're really trying not to be. They're trying so hard not to be a quote unquote comic book movie. They're not. Sure. They're trying so hard not to be a Marvel movie. Yeah, no, I know. So doing that, then we'll explore her. Like, no, there's nothing to explore. I hope they don't. No, they won't. They can't. I mean, they can, but they won't.
Yeah. Okay.
And especially since this movie is kind of not bombing, but it's not doing very well.
It's not doing as well as they thought. No.
Yeah. So no, and then there's other stuff. There's been interviews. Todd Phillips is out. He said that these are the two movies he wanted to tell. That's it.
Okay, that's good.
So, no. Don't even entertain the thought. You're making me angry, Rebecca. Jesus Christ. That would just go against everything that these two movies were trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, so overall, yeah, it feels a bit forced. Like I said, there's things to enjoy about it, but sure. in the end, it's an unnecessary sequel.
Yes.
Especially with what happens later in the movie, and I think we're gonna have to discuss specifics in order to actually get somewhere. So yeah, we're at 14 minutes now, little shorter, non-spoiler stuff, but
yeah.
You gotta discuss spoilers to discuss what the problems with this movie is.
You gotta discuss spoilers in general just to be able to talk about this movie, because I feel like it's hard to talk about the movie as it is without actually talking about the plot points and everything that happens in it. Because it's a pretty picture. It looks pretty just the way the original does. The acting is, for the most part, as good. Joaquin Phoenix doesn't have, I guess, not as much of the emotional range because he doesn't have to in this case for some reason.
Yeah.
For some reasons. There are, like we said, some unnecessary stuff. There's one scene that I just don't get at all, but it's a bit of a spoiler, I guess. Yeah. Overall, it's pretty good, I guess, but it's totally unnecessary.
Yes. I'll say this, though. once again trying to be like going against the grain when it comes to mainstream, big blockbuster movies, which this is.
Sure.
More so than the first one. This is like 100% character driven. There is no like there's not a lot in the first one, but there's even less here. Like there's no action scenes. There's no violence really, other than some implied violence. But I mean, it's a joke.
Yeah.
So, it's really just exploring Arthur's character and dialogue. So bit of fresh air there when it comes to mainstream movies. But that's not enough to carry it all the way. But I just wanted to mention that
Yeah.
I'd rather watch this again than like Captain America: Civil War. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, but
there was more substance.
there is more to it than that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but you don't. No, they don't. It's just that movie's just punching the movie. That's what
exactly.
it is. like Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. Like, oh my god.
Any of those movies in general.
That's 2 years ago. I still think about that movie from time to time. Just get like annoyed at how dumb that movie is.
I deleted it from my brain. It sucked so much.
It's so dumb. So dumb. This at least isn't dumb.
No, it's not. It's not dumb. It's could have been more. That's the only thing.
It's not super smart either, but it's not dumb.
No.
But that's
and now we're over 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so
that's it. So if you like the first one, you might not like this one.
No. Depending on for why you like the first
exactly.
one, I guess.
But I still give it a shot because there is things to enjoy or appreciate about it.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say. But from now on, spoilers. Spoilers. You have been warned. Spoilers.
So
now, when they kill.